Wait, stop zipping that carry-on. That phone charger you just tossed in could cost you $340 tomorrow? Your sleep gummies? Illegal in 12 countries. That bracelet from your last vacation? TSA's new scanner sees it as contraband. I'm talking about your portable battery, your multivitamin bottle, that cute lighter you bought in Paris. TSA just rolled out new detection tech at 47 major airports, and the flagged list got weird. What worked last year? Completely different rules in 2026. A business traveler just paid $340 for something she's packed dozens of times. A couple missed their cruise over a $15 item. A college student got detained for 45 minutes over a vitamin bottle. By the end of this video, you'll know which 10 items are getting travelers fined, what to pack instead, and the exact phrase that gets you through security faster. Item number 1, it's in 60% of carry-ons right now, and most travelers have no idea it's now a problem. Let's jump in. Number 10, unlabeled medications and supplements. Here's what TSA doesn't advertise. Any medication without its original label now triggers automatic additional screening at international checkpoints. A teacher flying to Cancun had her daily vitamins confiscated. $80 worth of supplements gone because she'd transferred them into a weekly pill organizer to save space. Security couldn't verify what they were, so into the trash they went. Why? Because border security in Japan, Dubai, and the EU now uses advanced chemical scanners that flag unlabeled pills as potential narcotics. Your innocent multivitamin looks identical to controlled substances on their screen. Here's your action plan. Keep all medications in original pharmacy bottles. Carry a printed doctor's letter listing prescriptions. Include your doctor's contact info. For supplements, photograph the original bottle labels before travel. Rule of thumb: original label equals smooth passage. No label equals the bin. Pro tip: TSA allows medically necessary liquids over 3.4 ounces, but you must declare them before screening. The magic phrase, "I have medically necessary medications to declare." Think that's strict? Wait until you see what they're doing with the gadget in your charging cable bag. Number 9. Power banks without visible ratings, that brick-sized portable charger in your bag. TSA agents are now checking the wattage labels, and if they can't read it, you're losing it. A graphic designer had her $65 Anchor power bank confiscated at JFK, not because it exceeded the limit, but because the wattage label had rubbed off from being in her purse for a year. No visible rating meant automatic confiscation. Here's the math you need to know. Under 100 watt-hours equals green zone, most standard chargers. 100 to 160 watt-hours equals ask permission zone, airline approval required. Over 160 watt-hours equals banned completely. But here's the kicker. Even if your power bank is within limits, if the label is faded or unreadable, TSA treats it as non-compliant. Your solution: check your power bank's label right now. Can you clearly read the milliampere hour or watt-hour rating? If it's faded, replace it before travel. Amazon has TSA compliant ones for $20 to $30. Take a photo of the label as backup proof. Carry it in an accessible pocket for quick inspection. Insider move: major laptop batteries, like MacBook Pro, are engineered at exactly 99.6 watt-hours, just 0.4 units below the danger zone. Manufacturers know these rules better than we do. But power banks are just the warm-up. This next item gets people detained, not just fined. Number 8. CBD, products and hemp-derived items. Listen, that 0% THC label on your CBD gummies, legally worthless in most international airports. A retiree had her CBD pain cream confiscated in Tokyo, despite it being completely legal in Colorado where she bought it. Japanese customs doesn't have a medical exception clause. Their chemical scanner detected cannabinoids, and that's a potential 15-year sentence territory. Here's what travelers don't realize. Countries like Japan, Dubai, Indonesia, and Singapore treat CBD with the same severity as hard narcotics. Your doctor's note means nothing. Your hemp-derived sticker means nothing. The UAE will literally test your bloodstream. If CBD metabolites show up from something you consumed days ago in another country, you can face prosecution. Your emergency strategy: never fly with CBD internationally, period. Domestically, only carry products clearly labeled 0% THC. Keep original packaging with lab test certificates. When in doubt, leave it home and buy at your destination. Rule of thumb: if you can't do 15 years for it, don't pack it. But CBD confusion is at least understandable. This next one, absolutely nobody sees coming. Number 7. Smart luggage with non-removable batteries. That $400 away suitcase or high-tech carry-on could become a $400 donation to the airport if you're not careful. Here's the trap. You're in boarding group 4, bins are full, and the gate agent announces mandatory gate checks. If your smart luggage battery doesn't pop out in under 10 seconds, you've got 3 bad options: miss your flight, abandon the bag, or destroy the battery compartment right there. A consultant watched a United agent force him to choose between a $350 suitcase and his connection. The battery was technically removable, but required a screwdriver. That didn't count as easily removable. Why this rule exists: a phone fire in the cabin is manageable. A lithium fire in the cargo hold at 35,000 feet is a catastrophe. Your fix: before buying any smart luggage, confirm the battery ejects tool-free. Test it yourself. Can you remove it in 5 seconds or less? For existing bags, remove batteries before leaving home. Ship your smart luggage via ground service if battery won't eject. Insider move. Some travelers now ship luggage ahead using services like Lugless, arriving at the airport with just a personal item. No overhead bin battle, no gate check risk. Speaking of batteries, this everyday item just became TSA's new obsession. Number 6. Vaping devices and e-cigarettes. For anyone who vapes, flying in 2026 is a legal minefield. Same device, completely different rules depending on your destination. A traveler landed in Thailand with 2 disposable vapes in his backpack. Standard practice for him domestically. Thai customs hit him with a $600 fine and 24-hour detention. In Singapore, that's potential jail time. But here's where it gets dangerous on the plane. Never, ever charge your vape device at your seat. The FAA has documented multiple incidents of vape batteries overheating when plugged into seat power. A passenger on a Dallas to Seattle flight plugged in his device. It overheated, sparked, and triggered an emergency landing in Denver. He's now banned from that airline for life and facing a $25,000 FAA fine. Your complete strategy: research vape laws for your destination and any transit countries. Never charge devices on the plane. Carry in your personal item, not checked bags. Fire hazard. Switch to nicotine patches or pouches for travel days when rules are unclear. Pro tip: Mexico recently banned vapes entirely. Even transiting through Cancun or Mexico City can result in confiscation. All right, pause here for a second. What I'm about to tell you next. When I first heard this, I thought it was a mistake. Then I saw the same story from 3 different airports. TSA actually has a code word they radio when they spot this item, and it's in 40% of bags right now. But first, do me a quick favor. If this is helping you, hit that like button. It helps other travelers avoid these fines, and subscribe so you don't miss updates. Okay, here's that item that triggers the TSA code word. Number 5. Counterfeit or replica designer items. That cute Gucci-style handbag you bought at a night market. Wearing it through customs in Paris or Milan could cost you €3,000. A traveler landing at Charles de Gaulle had her super fake Louis Vuitton bag confiscated and was issued an on-the-spot fine of €2,400. She bought it as a $40 souvenir in Bangkok. French customs didn't care. Here's the reality. EU countries and the US are cracking down hard on individual travelers, not just shipping containers. They're funding this by charging massive fines. But here's where this gets controversial, and the comments section explodes every time. What if you received it as a gift? What if you genuinely can't tell it's fake? What if you bought comfortable shoes for $30? Not because of the logo? The frustrating truth, customs agents aren't trained to judge your intent. If they decide the logo is counterfeit, it's treated as a violation. Period. Your protection plan. If you didn't buy it from an authorized retailer, leave it home for international travel. Save receipts for genuine designer items. Proves authenticity. EU travelers. France, Italy, and Spain are most aggressive on enforcement. U.S. Customs warns that buying fakes funds criminal networks. Rule of thumb. If it was suspiciously cheap or from a street market, it stays home. But fake handbags are obvious contraband. This next one, it's something you packed for safety that TSA treats as a weapon. Number 4, self-defense items and tactical gear. Here's where logic dies. That pepper spray you carry for safety? Obviously banned. But so is that tactical pen you use for writing. The definition of disguised weapon is shockingly broad. A programmer had his metal pen, literally just a sturdy ballpoint, confiscated at Heathrow because the agent decided the pointed end could be used to inflict harm. Another traveler had a tape measure seized in Dubai. Not a knife, not a weapon, a Stanley tape measure. The metal tape, when extended, was deemed a potential slashing tool. But here's the wildest story. A hiker was told her trekking pole was fine as long as she was actively leaning on it. The second she folded it and put it in her backpack, it became a bludgeoning instrument. Same item, different classification based on how she held it. Your survival strategy, anything with a point, blade, or heavy metal goes in checked bags. Tactical anything, pens, flashlights, keychains, equals automatic red flag. Self-defense items, check destination laws, not just TSA rules. Pepper spray, never in carry-on, usually banned in checked bags too. Insider move. For personal safety while traveling, invest in TSA-approved personal alarms, loud noise devices. They're legal everywhere and actually more effective than most weapons. The magic phrase. If questioned about any tool, say, "I wasn't aware of the restriction. I'm happy to check it or surrender it." Cooperation eliminates 90% of problems. Now, if you think a pen being classified as a weapon is absurd, wait until you see what they did to someone's travel souvenir. Number 3, drones and remote-controlled devices. That DJI Mini in your backpack? Several countries treat it as restricted aviation equipment, not a camera. A travel vlogger landed in Cairo planning to capture pyramids footage. Egyptian customs confiscated his $500 drone, issued a $1,200 fine, and held him for 6 hours of questioning. The drone is still sitting in a customs warehouse. Here's why this catches travelers off guard. Drones are legal to buy and own in most countries. What's restricted is bringing them in without prior authorization. India requires you to apply for permission online before you even board your flight. Land without approval? Instant confiscation. Good luck navigating that bureaucracy to get it back. But here's the bigger mistake, trying to hide it in your luggage. A YouTuber wrapped his drone in clothing to avoid questions. When the X-ray revealed he'd tried to conceal it, what was a confiscation became a smuggling investigation. Your smart strategy. Research drone laws for your destination. App, UAV Forecast, or Drone Buddy. Countries with strict rules. Egypt, India, Morocco, UAE, Cuba. Never try to hide it. Declare it up front if questioned. Better option. Hire local drone operators at your destination. Pro tip. If you're transiting through a restrictive country, your drone can still be seized even if you're not leaving the airport. Check transit hub laws, not just your final destination. Drones are at least understandable as aviation equipment, but this next item? It's designed to help you sleep, and it's getting people detained for 45 minutes. Number 2, aerosol products without proper labeling. Your prescription lidocaine spray for back pain? That travel-size dry shampoo? Both just became TSA red flags in 2026. A passenger had her 6-ounce medicated pain spray confiscated at LAX despite flying with it for 3 years. The new rule: aerosols over 3.4 ounces must be declared as medically necessary, even in carry-on. Here's what changed. TSA now treats all aerosols like liquids for the 3-1-1 rule, but with an added restriction. They must have a safety cap to prevent accidental discharge. A traveler's deodorant spray was deemed unsafe because the cap felt loose to the agent. Subjective? Absolutely. But you won't win that debate in the security line. Your action plan: all aerosols, 3.4 ounces or smaller for carry-on, unless medically necessary. Medically necessary aerosols. Declare before screening. Check the safety cap. Does it click firmly into place? Better option: ask your pharmacist for non-aerosol alternatives for travel. Countries with zero aerosol tolerance, China bans lighters and most aerosol products in carry-on. Pack accordingly. Rule of thumb: if it sprays, it stays under 3.4 ounces or gets checked. One business traveler told me they now pack only solid versions of everything: solid deodorant, solid shampoo bars, solid lotion bars. Zero liquid/aerosol hassle. But aerosols are at least on most people's radar. This final item? It's in 40% of bags, and it's the #1 cause of TSA delays in 2026. Number 1. Everyday items in suspicious quantities. Here's the truth bomb. The #1 reason travelers get pulled into secondary screening isn't weapons or drugs. It's ordinary items in unusual quantities. A mom had 15 portable phone chargers in her carry-on, gifts for family abroad. TSA flagged it as potential commercial resale, held her for 30 minutes verifying her story, and she missed her connection. Another traveler packed 200 Advil tablets in a Ziploc bag, buying in bulk to save money. That quantity plus no packaging equals drug trafficking investigation. Here's what triggers the algorithm: multiple electronics of the same type. Resale suspicion. Large quantities of OTC medications without original packaging. Bulk toiletries that exceed reasonable personal use. Multiple identical items, 20 phone cases, 10 watches, etc. The X-ray tech isn't just looking for weapons. They're trained to spot patterns that suggest smuggling or commercial activity. Your prevention strategy: pack only what you personally need for the trip duration. Keep bulk items in original packaging with receipts. Traveling with gifts? Wrap them after security, never before. If you must carry multiples, have a clear explanation ready. The magic phrase: these are personal gifts for family, works if you have reasonable quantities. 15 of anything? That's not reasonable. Insider move: for bulk items, ship them ahead via ground service, saves luggage space, avoids security theater, and items arrive before you do. Look, I know after that list, you're probably wondering if the only safe thing to pack is socks and a smile. But here's the reality. A couple just missed their anniversary cruise because of a $12 item that was fine in 2024, but banned in 2026. Knowing these rules before you pack isn't paranoia. It's protection. The 3 things that save you every time: original labels on everything, quantities that make sense, and declaring anything questionable up front. Now here's the problem. Knowing what not to pack is useless if you don't know how to pack the alternatives correctly. TSA has specific rules about placement, quantities, and even which pocket certain items go in. That's why you need to watch the 12 pre-flight airport mistakes seniors wish they knew sooner. Next, it's right here. Don't let a packing mistake cost you hundreds. See you there.